Ready or not? What would you do if you saw this chick with long black hair standing by the doorway at Walmart and you could see on the side of her in her aura bubble that there was a bunch of feathers there, just ghostly looking right there? Would you walk past her and just go inside and get the food that you wanted, and then you come back out, she's still there, and then the greeter girl comes up to her, and you're like, "Oh shit! Hi, how are you? I'm miserable, just like everyone else. Thanks for reminding me." So I just avoid her and eat my omega-3 6 cookies that I didn't know I was allergic to back then. But I'm not allergic to that anymore because 7 years your immune system would change. But anyway, so the greeter girl goes away, and then the chick with the long black hair that has that weird feather balls or thing in her aura, like this big, like little feathers over this like ghostly looking right in this spot around here. You know what I mean? You could just see it next to her, like she's haunted. And then what would you do? Would you talk to her or just walk by and say, fuck it, ignore her? Or you just think you're hallucinating or something?
I would probably wait to talk to her.
Probably
just to see how long she stays.
Yeah.
And if she can continue to stay, then eventually I would say something. But that's how I am personally. I would probably wait. I'd ignore her because I wouldn't probably just feel like, she's there for a purpose, for a reason. You know what I'm saying? And I would probably, push comes to shove, I'd probably, what the hell are you doing here?
Yeah, what are you doing here? And she's all like, I've been waiting for my ride for 8 hours, and you got a car. What are you going to do?
Give her a ride.
You're going to give her a ride?
She has feathers and wings. Why would I not?
Yeah. And then when are you going to tell her that you saw those things around her? And be like, what is that? Huh? I asked her, what's her astrology sign? She says Libra. I'm like, I'm going to give you Psych Green. You know what that is? She says yes. Yeah. Like, oh, what a surprise. Most Libras are stuck up. They don't care about things like that.
She would tell me before I'd have to ask her. Because that would be the obvious question.
Because she don't want to tell nobody because she thinks she's going to be locked up if she does. So it's up to you, yo. It's up to you now. And then once you get in that car and she accepts you giving her a ride, it starts raining and flooding and you can't go nowhere. Your windshield wiper ain't going to help you. You better stay put until that rain clears out a little bit. Yeah, and then all of a sudden you start seeing, okay, she's sitting next to you, you're in the driver's spot. You see all these 4 or 5 girls angels right here. And then one guy angel right there. Your first time to ever see a guy angel. Because I've seen girl angels before. And but this is your first time seeing guy angels. And then like 2 girl or 3 angels here. I keep on forgetting the count, but there was a lot. But basically that. And then an Indian spirit right there. And you're sitting there with her. And you're seeing them too. You're seeing them. And she says she sees angels all the time. And you got to tell her that you're seeing angels, right? And you're like, wow, am I really seeing angels or something? And then and then what would you do? You have to focus on which angel or Indian spirit first to focus on to hear what they got to say.
I probably focus on the one closest to me.
The Indian spirit.
Right.
So what are you gonna do? He's all dressed up with his feathers and he's you're going to explain what he looks like to see if she sees him too, right? That's what you should do. And is this real? Do you really see these things? Why aren't you sharing? What's wrong with you? Because you're scared and embarrassed, Libra. Oh, wow. That's exactly what that's all about. All the Libras are so embarrassed. They want everything to be, they ain't going to be like humiliate themselves. I see angels. Really? You better tell somebody. I'm going to tell everybody. I don't care. So like this happens. And then, so you just explain, but the guy, he tries to hand you this ball of light. It's like, what are you gonna do then?
I'm gonna grab it.
Oh, really? You're that gullible?
What? Why would I not?
Okay. Well, I was like, what is that? What is that? It didn't tell me. What is that? And then the angel, you could feel it getting jealous for some reason.
Yeah, that's his problem.
Exactly, that's his problem. But isn't that crazy? Like that's a red flag. Right. Is it good? Is it bad? Is it Pepper Ann? Pepper Ann has her own song.
We'll find out.
We'll find out. You're gonna find out?
Yes.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'm like, what is that ball of light? She's trying to give me a ball of light or something. It's holding the ball of light. She goes, oh, I accept those gifts all the time. Go ahead and take it. Yeah. Does that not sound like a red flag to you? Go ahead and take it. Take it. Really? Go ahead and take this. Yeah, really? Really? Gullible much?
I mean, I've never been in that situation, but if I was handed a ball of light by an angel, I'm definitely taking it.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I didn't. I said, if you accept those balls light all the time, you go in and take. She's like, okay.
Do you regret it?
I don't regret it because I think I'm doing the right thing. But what if it was a scroll, like for me to go into me and to talk for other people from God? Is that really the way? Is that really the way?
It might have been your gift.
Yeah. What if that really is from God and
An
is sent for, enhancement, or help me in the future to see spirits better, or a scroll to tell everybody the news of your life still sucks. Woo! But there's a spirit life. There's a spiritual world. Yeah.
I think that might have been something different.
But then, so it's like I treat everything like that's the chocolate factory. You don't want to be greedy, and you don't know, you can't trust everything, but you can just observe them and communicate with them. That's how it's going with me.
Okay.
I'm not gonna. I'm like, what is that ball light gonna do after it disappears in me, and then you can't see all the spiritual realm anymore? Because like I'm not tuned in all 24 hours. That would be awesome. Until I get tapped in again, and then stay tapped in until it just fades, and then it's like, oh God, and I start all over somebody. Who's got the light? Who's got the light? Period. And that's what I'm looking for, is the light through somebody else, and try to find it, and then focus, and then maybe spirits come along, and I'm like, oh, I'm back. Oh God, thank God, fuck, So like, but that's how it is, and then you got the ball of light now. What the hell? Okay, now next question. What would you do if you're with somebody and they're like seeing they say, oh, I see a gray spirit mist went down the hallway. And you're like, what? Okay, yeah, right. And then you're like, why was maybe? And then it's like, and then all of a sudden, well, you tap in psychically, and you're like, and you start seeing it too, and you see this guy with blue eyes, and he's bald, and he has buck teeth and long fingernails that look all rotten, and a black robe on, and it's giving you kind of a headache, and it looks like that first vampire from Dracula, or the first vampire movie or whatever, Nostradamus or whatever, you know what I'm talking about? Well, I don't believe that crap, but
cloak with a long fingernail.
Yeah,
sounds like some demonic shit.
Yeah, it's freaking a demon. Obviously, clearly a demon, right? Clearly, it's a freaking demon, right? It's clearly a demon that's been haunting this chick's place that you've known forever, or you just, I don't know, whatever. You didn't know that she had this demon in her house for her whole life. She lived with this thing, and her dad knows about it too. What the hell? Like, and he just doesn't want to talk about it. Oh, okay. That's really great. But so you see this crap with her too, right? And you're explaining, let's look over here and pretend it doesn't know that we can see it, right? That's what I said. And I'm like, what color is its eyes? She's like, blue. I'm like, yeah, it's blue. And then like he's got a black robe on and a hoodie, and all that stuff. Like we just were back and forth, and she was making the face it was making. So I knew she was seeing the same thing. She's like, is making that face, like, I don't know, like it was buck teeth and stuff. Yeah. So I was like, oh my God, we really are seeing this. I mean, where does this demon come from? How is this even real? I didn't know this was real. Like, you can actually demons. Like, what the hell? And then it's like, and then so like it blinks and it goes into the baby's room, and it starts on and it starts putting its hands inside of the crib where there's no baby or whatever, but it puts its hands in the crib and it goes like, that's creepy. It starts smelling its hands and wiping the crib and starts smelling its hand, and that's psycho. Like, what the hell does that mean? Sounds like Catholics. And so anyway, so because I needed to go to the bathroom, and she's like, don't go in there because it went in there down that hallway. I'm like, no, it didn't. It went in the freaking baby's room. I'm going down the hallway, and I have to walk past it because you told me not to go in the other place where it could be okay. So I walk past the baby's room to get to the bathroom, and I'm looking in the mirror and stuff, and I go to the bathroom, and I'm just like, trying to pretend I'm in an urban legends movie. And then all of a sudden I tap in, and he goes, I can make you powerful. So what would you do if he said that to you? I can make you powerful.
I'll pass.
I said, fuck off, I'm already powerful, bitch.
Yeah,
I don't need to work with some demon pollution giving me a headache like you. No, if I'm powerful, if you think I'm going to offer me powerful, that means I'm already powerful. And I could be in the light and be powerful with it too. And what is power anyways? And why would I want it from you? Fuck that. It ain't going to happen. This is a ripoff. That's some stuff you should not do, because people think that they can get demons to do their biddings, and they think that that's okay, when it's like, no, that's a trick, bitch. That's a trick. Stay away from that shit. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's a scam. You're kidding me, right? Like, if you can see demons, and you can see angels too, and you can see other spirits, but you have to keep your motherfucking distance from that motherfucking thing. That's pollution. You know what I mean? So, like, you would do what? I'll pass, but you took the ball light from the angel, and you don't even know if that's a fallen fake angel too that was going to just take that girl to the false heaven and kidnap her and be like, yeah, this is it. We're in the abyss, but there might be a real heaven. Well, Jesus is the heaven. That's basically dumb. That's all there is nothing but us. And then Jesus has more light than anybody else, is more connected, and we can be, he's the source of our battery, the more light or something, and keep us lit so we can stay eternity lit instead of turn into a dark void of light and be casted away from the light and all of the loved ones. Why the freak would I want to work with something like that? Hail to no. No hail. No. So you never know. So yeah, like, that angel could have gave me a scroll ball light. What really was it? And it was really from God, or really? And why are you hanging out with this chick who lives in a trailer? She dressed in rags, but she dressed in riches, because that ball of light I told her to take, and it floated into her mouth, and then lit up her eyes and lit up her higher self. Like, you know, like if you go out of your body and you're above your body, like her higher self would be out of her body, just standing there talking to me. Libra's future self always talked to me, period. Hanging out here talking to me. Hell yeah, like she's the spirit talking to me. While the past, present, future, or whatever is in her, but she's just present. And then her future higher self is up here talking. Or whatever. But yeah, so she was dressed in like jades and jewels or something. I'm like, yeah, that's cool, but whatever. Like, what was that ball like? Really, some kind of jewels to dress your soul up to keep you trapped with the false heaven of those fake angels? Who knows? Or are they actually real angels, and that's how God's supposed to communicate with us? What the freak? Like, literally, are you of God? And then they tell you to ask the spirit. But I asked that freaking angel, what is that ball like? What is it? What is it? I'm sorry, I can't tell you, because God told me not. God didn't tell me what to tell you yet. Nothing, because I only go by what God tells me. And I'll only say a few words if God tells me to say a few words. Other than that, I got to stay right here and be jealous because I don't got no free will. Oh my God, but you do, and you had a choice to gate this ball light, but you're not going to. I'm so jealous. And that's how that was, right? Like, red flag, and sad. Oh, I'm still sorry for you. Is that real? I don't know. Did I miss out? I don't know. But you wanted to go find out if you missed out or not, and so does she. Period. And she's stuck with these angels, and that ball of light coming, and she's living her life, and life goes on, and she ain't telling nobody. Like, how boring is that? Not filming nothing. Not writing a book about it. She could probably spell better than me. I ain't gonna write no book. Whatever. So I'm just gonna tell everybody. I don't care. Can you guess my thought? No, I have to get on the phone with you, rabbits. Or something. I don't know. I don't even know. And I'm not an 8-ball. But anyways, yeah. And then let's see. So that's my experience. And then now we know that you would take a ball a lot. We don't know. Why don't you be like, hey, why don't you accept Jesus in your heart if you're a real angel? Whatever that's gonna do. An angel saying I accept Jesus in my heart. What is that? I don't know. Or are you from God? And they're still not going to answer you. You can't ask questions and be like a little immature person. They're not going to tell you everything you want to hear. They don't care what you want to know.
To me, the way you say it, it's like, it's kind of humanistic, because what do humans fear the most?
Fear what the most?
What do humans fear the most?
I don't know.
The unknown.
Oh, we ain't going to feel the unknown. We're curious about the unknown. Right? Well, I am. Yeah, the unknown. Then the unknowner. Like, we're all so horrible. And like and then it's like, well, so Jesus is real, angels are real, and then there's all these others, gods or whatever you're trying to say, and I haven't met them yet or whatever. But like, pretty much we're all on our own. This is our heaven or hell, and this is it. There ain't no change, no extra. Besides, I guess the light has something extra. Jesus has the extra light. That's the presence of heaven. And you feel so good. And then you have to live with yourself for eternity in your own light by yourself until you get to feel the presence of Jesus. Then you're good. And then it temporarily fades away. And then you're like, oh, back to being in bubble, my own light, pretending I'm something, but everybody else is nothing and something at the same time. And I'm nothing more than, not more than Jesus is the most. And I'd rather have him be the most and have somebody to like that to help us all instead of count on myself. And then you have to grow up in spirit and be counting on yourself. You have to be your own God with God or whatever. That'd be terrible. That'd be so horrible. But if you can't tap into yourself, if you tap into yourself in your own God image or whatever, everyone's a God image and image of God, expression of God, but God's living through us.
So when have you experienced the most spiritual, like as far as spiritual, your most spiritual awakening, like as far as any type of, were you around anybody or were you by yourself?
What?
When you
was with that chick?
When you saw the angels.
I was with her.
You were with her.
Can't do it by myself. She had to confirm that they were there too. She had to confirm that they were there too because she sees them all the time and that Indian spirit. Really? Wow, even bonus for you.
You had to be with her in order to see that.
Yes, because they're around her, not me. They're around her. It has nothing to do with me. I was just there observing it. That was about it, witnessing it, and listening to it if it has anything to say.
But you have an ability, you have a power, but you haven't.
And then life goes on and no one has to care or notice.
You're chasing it.
And let's go chase back at it. Or you think I'm going to sit around and think, oh, that was my happiness. It's over. Last time I got to see that stuff. Not. Now I got to see more. I want to see more. I ain't done. Yeah. I've seen this multiple. I've seen so many things throughout doing this.
You know what you said? You reminded me of what you said in the cemetery. That girl who gets high and she's chasing it.
Oh, yeah. She's never going to get the same high. Yeah, the first high is never going to be the same as the next year. I was chasing that first high. But no, it's like at reading, you got to chase after the people who have the light that get you to see through them. And if they have the story that's interesting, you get to read the story and tell their story. And if it's interesting or boring or not, it's their story that I'm just trying to read and see. Like, you're giving your life to God, your boring ass life that you get to show God. Look, this is another boring episode of a human. Here you go, God. Gotcha. You got my life now, baby. Thanks for giving it to me, and this is what I did with it. And this is how I treated it, because people told me to stay away from you. The spiritual realm and be blind and stupid and say, I believe. Can we pretend that I'm saved? I'll pray for you right now. Accept these in your heart. Well, I accept these in my heart. I accept the rain coming from the clouds today, but it didn't fucking happen. But I believe it happened. I believe it's raining. It's raining, God. Ooh, it's not doing nothing, lying fake. And then you live your whole life with this delusion thinking that you're saved when you didn't encounter nothing, accomplish nothing. Jesus wasn't there, even though Jesus is everywhere at the same time, or God is, but Jesus can come to you and you really can have an experience. Other than that, you're not really doing anything. And then there's people who are like, I gotta read the book. God's talking to me through the book. Blah, 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 blah. Delusions, more delusions, more delusions. I believe. But you don't know. You just believe. So this is just a lie. You live every day. And then you think you've got the authority to be like, I know the rules to heaven. You gotta be restricted. That's Satan, man. That music is Satan. Don't enjoy yourself at all. Deprive yourself of everything. Let's go in. Let's fast and deprive yourself of nutrition. Yeah, I feel lighter. I feel the Holy Spirit because I'm so light, because I'm not full of shit anymore, because I crapped. Oh my God, this is heaven, this is God, this must be Jesus. Fake, lies, delusional. And I gotta go to church. If I don't go to church, Jesus ain't gonna like me. I gotta behave. Yeah, the church is for the people who cannot behave. They're misbehave. They need to learn how to behave and could be like a monster. Other than that, it's still just a delusion. It's for behavior problems. Ain't no morals. Morals come from within. We all make it up. Being good is for good. It's good to be good just because it's good to be good. You ain't getting rewarded. You ain't getting punished for nothing. But there is consequences. If you eat a bunch of cake, you eat a bunch of sugar, and you're not supposed to, there's your consequence. But you know, and it's just dumb. And that's how this is. It's just it's scary.
You are alive, Mama. I like you. Yes.
This is horrible. Then there's so many questions, and it's like,
you said some real shit.
It's like, what are we really like? There is a Jesus, there is angels, there is dragons, there's all the stuff in the afterlife, which is still in this life because we're in the spiritual world, because we are the spiritual world. We are what is it? We are what is. What you see is what you get, and that's all you get today. That's all you get today. Yeah. That's it. But that girl gets angels around her all the time. She ain't gonna tell nobody. She gonna boring ass crap. She ain't gonna film nothing. She ain't gonna tell nobody. What the? If you see the angels, then you can go around other people and try to search them and see if they got any angels and spirits too, and then connect and keep connecting, keep connecting.
What if she did all that and they went away?
I don't know, but she all got some delusions herself.
Like you said, that they probably put her in a mental institution. Right?
Yeah, she says they're gonna put me in a mental institution. I tell everybody I see angels. Well, whatever. Tell who you gonna tell that's gonna do that?
Not nowadays.
Yeah, not these days. You can still be schizophrenic and talk to yourself and be delusional without going to the hospital. You're not going to be locked up. You're just going to go to the hospital and they're going to check you. You're normal. You can go. You're fine. It's just
start a YouTube channel or something.
And do that. And then
social media, do something.
If you also get like, she just, how boring is that? God, why aren't you sharing is the problem. If I had shit around me like that, I would be sharing with everybody. I got some angels around me, and I want to see what's around you, because that's the whole point. But now it's like, well, I got to see what's around you, because there's nothing around me that I know of, because I can't see myself, can't see the back of my head, can't see behind my eyeballs, unless I'm seeing with my mind.
I'm going to ask you a question, because I've never done any research about that, right? So have you researched people who have seen that and have been around that? And have broadcasted that to the public and to the media?
I wish they would. Ain't nobody out there. Those are fake people. Everyone's fake, charging money, pretending that they're doing this crap. But then there's these psychic celebrities. They never said that they seen Jesus. I want to get a psychic celebrity, ask them, did you ever see Jesus before yet? Right. And why is Matt Frazier going to church and going like this and doing that when he's got the psychic ability just to tap the freak in and then see what is actually freaking there? And then tap into Jesus somewhere and ask him to come, which he ain't going to, because he's going to tell you what to do. I don't even know. But I did one time, this guy was, he was sick and he had whatever. And he gave up. He don't care no more. He wants to go get beer and be dumber than more and healthier. And he's like, I don't believe in Jesus because he's a hater. I'm like, no, he's not. He's all pure love. You don't even know him. The Bible is written by D-bag humans that had no experience besides Ezekiel. And I had the same experience that Ezekiel had. I never knew he had that experience. I never knew he existed or whatever. And I had the experience without ever reading the Bible. I don't have to read no Bible. We are the Bible. We are the testimony. And we are it. There ain't nobody else or others. But they're just D-bags writing the Bible saying, oh, I had experience. I'm ashamed of it. Well, that was your problem, not everybody else's. And you're inspired by God to write some made up bullshit and makes no sense or difference now. And then it's just a lie, another lie that someone's going to follow now to just control us, suppress us, and never let us be our true self. And you're not allowed to be your true self. Nope, not natural. You can be natural, and it's unnatural to fake yourself, like whatever. You just behave and quit being bad and doing bad, stupid stuff. I mean, it's not like it's going to take you to heaven. It's going to keep other people in peace instead of at war with you or whatever. And if you choose that, it don't matter, because there's still unconditional love behind all your stupid crap that everybody's annoyed by. Wow, you can test it all out and go, like destroy everything. Oh, you're still loved? Okay, well, that's it. But why would you want to destroy everything when you can keep things better and peace and love her and make it better, even though this is as good as it gets. This is as good as it gets. It could be worse. You can just make it worse. Okay, dumb. But Jesus is full of love, unconditional love, automatic love. In his presence, you can feel it, because he knows how to love, and he's gonna love because you're just whatever. So that's interesting. Free love. Jesus is the source. And then what if we have to be our own source like that? But no, we have to hide from the spiritual world. We have to hide from ourselves. We have to hide. We can't see spirits and angels. They're all demons. Not. Or are they? Or no, the humans are demons telling us not to look at, to communicate with their own passed away loved ones that are around us, trying to communicate with us all the time because they got nothing better to do but then to be about their loved ones. Is there any extra loved ones that they're around? Do they know anybody after they passed away? They only know you. They only know their life. They come back to it. They come and haunt you because you're the light that was in their life and their light was in your life, and y'all's light can come back to each other somehow, like a collective, like a pool of mercury coming back to itself and this being, like absorbing in each other. And then the dark light has to reject out because it's a opposite magnet. And so what it is like, and so it's like you don't want to be in the void. You don't want to work with the void of light darkness because you won't be around with the light beings that you love. Because these dark ones will be like, "Can I snatch?" And the loved ones are like, "What? That ding thing's giving me a headache. He's kidnapped by demons," and stuff like that, or whatever. So you want to stay in the light just as best you can because that's all you got. And it's just a miracle, but there's no protection. But what you have, little bit of calling out to Jesus for more protection, security, get rid of these bug spraying the demons away, the dark delight, and then you can go back to your boring ass life of whatever, of wonder, woohoo, continue your life. And then like, okay, well, then maybe Jesus will come when you call out to him, and maybe he doesn't, period. And you're still on your own. You can pray all the pretty ass prayers you want. You're still on your own around the demon, right? The demon that's trying to say, I can make you powerful. Me and my witness or whatever, she tried to pray pretty ass prayers. It wasn't working. It was doing another thing that I know of. But anyways, I call it to my aunt, and she was there in spirit. Wow, because I could communicate with her because she haunts my witness or whatever, best friend or whatever, my witness or whatever.
Yeah.
So
your aunt haunts your witness.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, I love it. So cool. I can communicate, and she says I can communicate with her different ways. That's right, I can. She told me that from spirit. She showed me everything. She showed me all this stuff to confirm that that's really her and that she's really talking to me. Because I'm not just lying to myself. I'm not making this crap up. And I did not know how she passed away, but I got to tell her husband or whatever, which is the uncle, my uncle, all the stuff because he wasn't readable. But I was like, let me see a picture so I can see if I can read her because he says she's gone or whatever. And I'm like, okay, really don't tell me how it happened. And so I'm like, give me a picture because I can't read you because you're a Scorpio and you're kind of a D-bag and you're not readable. So can I get a picture of her and I'm gonna see if I can read her? And I did. Once I saw that it was like Skype, that my aunt was talking to me through the spiritual world through a picture. She's showing me that she's telling me, and I'm telling my uncle, I'm like, she's showing me that she has swollen feet and she told you someone to massage them for fun, and she's also writing a letter saying it's from their son. I don't know, I can't explain that, but anyways, she was showing me that she would go to couch to couch to couch to get to the hospital. She never could get to a bed, and she was just suffering through that. And I was right about that. She wasn't never in her own bed. She kept on going to couch and hospital or something like that. I don't even know whatever I said. Freak. But it was just confirming that I was actually talking to her through the uncle. But other than that, I could talk to her through my cousin, my witness, whatever, my best friend. And so, but yeah, okay. Anyways, then what happens is you walk into, since over here is the bathroom you went to, and he's like, I can make you powerful, blah, blah. And then I'm like, all right, F off. And then so you walk over into the room that your witness is in, your best friend, cousin, whatever. And I'm like, he just said I can make you powerful and stuff. And then I'm like, what am I supposed to do? What does that mean? He can make me powerful for real? Ain't gonna happen with him, no. But that's interesting. What does that mean? Yeah. And then I'm talking to her, and then she starts crying because she could see him around me, and I felt like he was trying to poke into my kidney or something. I'm like, what the hell? And I'm like, I gotta get out of here because I was around secondhand cigarette smoke, and it's disgusting. I didn't go home, wash my face, go take a shower. This is disgusting. I gotta get out of here. And I'm like, why are you crying? Because she could see the demon. Like, it's that scary, really. I just saw it. Ain't that scary. It's just there, and it's just weird and crazy that it's there and it's here. And I feel sorry for it. I feel sad for it because you can't help it. You can't do nothing about it. Jesus, can you help this thing? Why is it like that? Get it away from me because it's a freaking pollution. It's giving me a headache. Like, how unhealthy. That's the only thing. It's freaking dumb. And then so like, well, we walk into the other room, the big room, and then there's this blob. It's not just pure round. It's like blob of black light flying around, and we're like, oh my gosh, and we see it together, and then it's chasing this small light, like this big blob, black light, chasing this tiny light, and I caught a hold of that small light, and it started getting bigger like this, and it was white and blue, and then my aura went like the bubble, like a blowfish went like it went like that. That's what it felt like. And then I'm like, and then I just looked at that light, that ball of light, and it started giving me this cloud of white light. And then the demon in the corner of the light just disappeared because I'm covered on this cloud of white light. Hell yeah. Right? And then that's it. And then I'm okay. And the demon's gone apparently. And then ever since then, she said that thing didn't follow her. That we know of, if it ever came back, like Poltergeist number 3. Mm-hmm. So far, so good, obviously. And and other people have seen that demon too. Her ex-boyfriend, who was a freaking redneck churchgoer, didn't know nothing about the supernatural. He saw my aunt, and well, what happened was, I'm gonna go pick them up, right? Her and her boyfriend, and they're running to my car, and I see a tail of light following my cousin, my best friend, whatever, and my witness. And I'm like, she's like, he saw the demon and he saw my aunt. And I'm like, wait, don't tell me nothing because I'm seeing it right now. Okay, so you saw the demon, right? And did you see my aunt? And this time, I usually see my aunt. Her hair's like up to here when I see her, and she has like this turquoise, forest green kind of aura usually when I see her. But this time I'm like, did you see my aunt with her hair all down, with her hair behind her ears like this, and her hair was all longer, and she had a blue aura around her this time. He's like, yeah, and I'm like, this is right, and I was right, because I could see it. It was all like coming to me because this tail of light was following her when she was coming to my car, and I could see everything. I could see it, like I know what happened after and so I told them, and I was right. Those are amazing times. Then it goes back to being boring, and everything's normal, and you're walking around like physical world of nonsense, and everything's like faded away until you go back to your spiritual eyes and get sense it again through somebody who's got the light. Not everybody has it. Next, don't work on you. Next, don't work on you. Next, who's going to work on? Apparently, Virgo risings and Capricorn risings, it works on them. Period. Apparently, there's something to it, especially Virgo risings. And Sagittarius risings, whatever. Well, they worked on her because she was haunted, but other people who have spirits around them, usually Virgo rising, I can tap into them because I'm Pisces for that. So whatever. So you have to be around, whatever. And it works like that. That's the glory of love. And then, yeah. And what would you do if Jesus like showed up? Because like, okay, this is another experience I had. Okay, I was around this Sagittarius, Virgo rising, Moon, Aries person. I'm always psyching around her because their big old bubbles always out there. Hello, her bubbles are just bubbling. It's just light and glowing. She's just, oh my God, filled with visions for me to freaking see. Yes. So like, yeah, and we had got like nothing in common and crap, like whatever. But like I could see in her bubble, and I'm like practicing on her. Hell yeah. And then so we became friends, better friends like that, and because I couldn't really read my Scorpio friend that I saw my best friend, whatever, that much. And she was too ADD to get me to get there. So, but the Sagittarius Virgo rising, I was like, let me try you. And so I do. And I tried on her girlfriend who was like a Virgo or a Taurus. I don't remember right now, but she was readable too. I could read everything about her. It was so much fun. Yes. But what happens is I was with her and I could see like her life, her friends. And one of her friends was like her best friends. And I could tell that she was Libra and she had long red hair and she was very skinny before. And then later on she gained weight, dyed her hair blonde, and then dyed her hair black and became gothic. And that's cool and all. But she had this little altar and it had this pink cloth on it. I don't want to imagine pink. Pink is the most ugliest demonic color there is. I'm not here for it. I'm not trying to imagine something pink, but I had to just sit with it and stare and say what I see because it was there in my visions. So this Libra, typical Libra, has this pink cloth on her altar. Lame, gross. And then she had a heart candle that was red and a cup with something that had some little piece of wheat sticking out of it, looked like. And I was explaining little things, details on the altar, and I was right about it. And because the Sagittarius rising was confirming that was true. And then I was seeing the Libra girl in around her in the visions, which I'm just alone with the Sagittarius rising in Aries, but in her aura was her friend who was this Libra, had all these phases in her life and how she looked, past, present, future kind of thing, showing me. But at the altar, she was looking at these two big blue eyes in darkness, and it was like kind of giving me a little irritating headache. And I'm like, ugh, what do we do? It's like that the demon, and the Sagittarius says, yeah, she gets those demons to do her bidding. I'm like, what? That's wrong and stupid. Why would she do something like that? Tell her not to. Tell her to call it to Jesus. This is dumb. Get those roaches out of there. And she's like, and I'm like, what are we gonna do? And she's like, and I'm like, we need Jesus. And all of a sudden, whoosh, Jesus actually showed up this time. You beg all day, ain't nothing happening. This time, Jesus shows up and he goes, tell her to accept me in her heart. And I'm like, this may sound corny, but Jesus is here and he just said, tell her to accept me in her heart. So let's do it. Say it out loud. She's just sitting there. And I'm like, I accept you, Jesus, into my heart. Say it out loud. And she starts saying it. So I'm like, yeah, I accept Jesus into my heart. And we both say it at the same time. And a spiritual wind comes and it gets rid of her headache. And I'm like, my headache's gone. She goes, my headache's gone too. And I'm like, yeah, bitch, that must have been really Jesus. And a flash of pan. And that was it. And life continues and nobody cares. Nobody notices but us. And she lives in a completely different state. And I didn't get to record nothing. Nothing got recorded. Nothing. All of it was a fucking waste. The only thing that got recorded is how much I remember. Oh my God, and what if I get Alzheimer's or something because I have Jupiter and Aquarius in the 8th house of Capricorn, because that kind of rules something of the brain, maybe. Like the air signs rule the brain, but actually literally Aries rules the brain for the 8th house, but whatever. But like what if that happens and I can't remember nothing? That was just horrible. Like just that to happen to somebody, the worst nightmare, because everything's our mind. But so I want to go get tested. Because you could be symptomatic and not have Alzheimer's. You can have Alzheimer's and you can have dementia or something and be symptomatic and not have it until you're like older or like way older or whatever. So because it runs my family, not all through my family, but like my grandma had it, so has it. So like what the fuck? So like what if I got it? What if somebody else gets it? Who knows? I don't know, whatever. But you can actually get tested and find out if you have it, and then see if you're just symptomatic for right now until later on your brain gets to be declined. Yay! Even if you saw Jesus and later on, your life can still be dumb and physically, because ain't no physical miracle. It's all a spiritual miracle. You're on your own with this body. Woo! We're a ball of light that isn't a body now. It's creating a time capsule, past, present, and future. Period. And we can communicate with other spirits because we're part of the light and everybody's light too. Oh my God, y'all are the telephone to freaking see Jesus and spirits and everything, and whatever's there. Whatever's there is there. And that's it. And that's all there ever is and ever will be. La 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 la. Yeah, and not everyone's readable, but I want to try them. But I do astrology, and that's not psychic, but it seems like it can be, but it's not. It's nothing to do with psychability. Psychability is different, but at the same time, put them together, and it's awesome because spirits have told me the astrology, science, even animals, so I'm not wasting my time. And astrology reveals itself. Period. It's just social opportunity. Period. You got to go up to people that you don't know that don't like you and reject you, and just try to see if you can read them, because ain't nobody else that's readable out there. You got to test it out on everybody, one by one. Everyone you see is a potential. Get a hold of God. You're my telephone. I can't do it by myself until I get a hold of that telephone, and I keep that focus. Then I go to somebody else and see if I can keep the focus all day, and then you start all over again the next day from scratch. And if you lose it, you lose it. You don't use it. And it's just like weak bull crap. And you're just going through the day zombie like everyone else. Everyday zombie. Boring as F. And you can't just make believe something to be true, then it's not. You can't just fake believe your little play. No, you have to actually literally go for the seeking, and you are the light that is the seeker's the seeker. You're the gift for the seekers if you have the light, period. And then we finally got something going, and we can actually see in the spiritual realm and find each other there, period. That's what I would always do with that Sagittarius Virgo rising. She was always readable. I was like, wait, let me focus. It's like I'm not there yet. Click. And I was there. I can see in the light now. You're there again. I can see you. We're in light now. We're in the spiritual realm. Oh my God, we're finally there together. We're hooked up. Yes. So I start saying what I see. Today, did this girl, our friend, like do this and that, and you were wearing this green flannel, this and that, and it was like, true, really, wow, like just simple little things that have nothing to. That doesn't have to mean nothing. Read everything. Your life is boring. It means nothing. And you can see it and read it and watch it, but it doesn't have to mean anything. There's nothing extra there. There's nothing extra in your life but your life. So when you're seeing in spirit, and you see through somebody else, and then their light is showing themselves to you, you just say what you see, and that's all you get. Okay. Woo! That's all you get. And then the future self can talk, especially with Libras, for some reason. But like, give me a Virgo rising. Let me get myself psychically again. Y'all the ones that make me psychic. I can't make myself psychic by myself. I find someone make me psychic. I have to get myself somehow focusedly in line with you somehow, someone. And if it doesn't work, I thought there was this one dude who's an Aquarius, freaking D-bag. He was like so annoying. I'm like, you're not readable, whatever. I can't prove it to you. And he's like, hey, I don't believe you, blah, blah, blah. I'm going to pray for you. You need Jesus. Just gaslighting me, freaking being lame as F. And he's like a greedy ass scumbag, like freaking thief. Like, he's just a scammer. He it's just so annoying. And and he sells fake purses that aren't like, he gets somebody to make them look like somebody else's brand, like copyright cats off other people's purse brands and sells them as a knockoff. Yeah, that's what type of person he is. And he's like, you need to get a job. I'm like, well, a job doing what? Being a freaking scam artist like you? No thanks, beach. And then it's like, but apparently he was actually readable one day. I was like, do you wear like these white capri pants with this belt that has studs on it and it's white? And he's like, yeah, how'd you know? Blah, blah. And I'm like, do you do the blah, blah, blah? And you lived with your uncle in a motel, and he's like, lazy eye. And I was like, right. And I'm like, your cousin, and y'all try to pretend y'all filmed yourself trying to do a rap video, pretending that y'all were owning these expensive cars when you're really just in a car lot pretending that was yours. Yeah. And then stuff like that. And he was readable that day, so I was going. And then after that, I was like, whatever. And he still wants to fight with me and challenge me with his nonsense. And I'm like, God, y'all are freaking. And he's still a jerk and everything, whatever. So, but yeah. So some people are readable. You didn't expect to be readable, and someone who thought he was not going to cooperate, which he don't anymore. He's like, that's the devil. That's Satan. You're possessed. I'm like, no, just because I call you out that you're an idiot does not mean I'm possessed. And this is not demonic, you dumb idiot, blocker, gatekeeper, moron. And he tells other people not to. When he's around, like, go away. Like, he's always, and when I ask some stranger, what's your astrology sign? He's like, don't tell him your sign. Oh, really? Ooh, fuck you. Fucking asshole. And what a juice bag, gatekeeper, idiot. Stupid, complete nonsense. Anyways, that's the story of that school. Love and life goes on. Nobody gives a F. Toodles. But everything I do is for free, period.